Local students are reading some great books this week and learning some important lessons. Area schools are celebrating their social workers, and Gadsden is repairing some rough spots on one of its busiest highways. These stories and more coming up.
It will be wet overnight across East Alabama, but dry weather is just ahead for the weekend. We'll have a complete forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, we have highlights from the Calhoun County Baseball Championship game last night. We also recap the rest of the night from baseball. EAN Local News starts now.
Segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waltrip Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
Each March, elementary school students and their teachers put on the familiar red and white top hat made famous by the Cat in the Hat series of books by Dr. Seuss. It's all part of the Read Across America program, which celebrates a variety of books and children's authors. The Cobb Preparatory Academy in Anniston, the students were very clear about which of these books is their favorite.
We love the Cat in the Hat.
Cobb Principal Teresia Hall says the students at her school look forward to this event all year long.
We have been dressing up all day, and this day is so special to us because we want the community to see that there are great things going on in Cobb. The children are reading, they're learning to read, and they are so excited to show what they know. So Read Across America is one of our biggest events that we host every March.
Beth Haraba, who teaches K-4 classes at Faith Christian School in Golden Springs, says Read Across America is an important part of her school year because it encourages a love of reading. And she says that's where all learning begins. And she says the program makes a big difference for the children in her class.
For my children, it just encourages them. It encourages the parents also to be more involved and get some books for them, and to just really get them into the spirit and to just look forward to the adventures that they can have in books.
March is Social Workers Appreciation Month, a time when the profession is highlighted along with the advocacy programs that it serves. School Social Work Appreciation Week is about a specific subcategory of social workers within the profession. This week, school social workers take time to talk about their roles, what they do in the schools, and how they differ from other social workers in different fields. Also this week, area schools celebrate the role of the social workers who focus on the needs of students and their parents. Robbie Hines is the mental health coordinator for Oxford City Schools, where 4 social workers serve all the schools in the system. She says their job is different from that of social workers who work for other agencies.
So when people think of social workers, and we even get this in our job, when we call families, immediately they think maybe a DHR social worker or somebody that's going to interfere with their children. And so I'm constantly having to let them know a school social worker is someone who's going to team up with you, be a part of your team, be someone who is in your corner advocating for you to help your child be the most successful in school. So it's a real different type of role than a lot of social work. There are many types of roles for social workers. But school social work really differs because we're here for support and we're here for encouragement and to advocate for our students and families.
Elizabeth Raines works with students at Oxford and Coldwater Elementary Schools, and she says her role is to help those students reach their full potential.
So one of my favorite parts about being a school social worker is getting to work with other staffs that are of different disciplines and getting to work with them, working with the whole child. So we might work with the school nurse, admin, and interventionist to really make sure that each child is getting all of the services and supports that they need.
Bailey Ushry, who works at both C.E. Hanna Elementary and Oxford High, says much of her work involves connecting her students' school lives with their home lives.
So a lot of our work is with students, but a lot of our work is also with students' families. So what we do is we help connect students and their families to resources out in the community, and we meet with families to really meet their needs too, because we know that student success in school is also really dependent on what their home life looks like. And so we want to set students and their families up for success outside of the school setting so students can be successful in the school setting.
And Sandra Stevens, who works at both Oxford Middle and Oxford High, says being a school social worker puts her in a unique position to help both students and their families.
Empowering the student to set the goals of what they want to do to successfully be to achieve academically what they need to do to be successful. In addition to working with the family so that they can support the student as well.
When we return, Gadsden receives a grant to upgrade one of its roughest train crossings.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The city of Gadsden is partnering with the Alabama Department of Transportation on a $1 million project to improve the railroad tracks on East Meagan Boulevard and U.S. Highway 431 in front of the former Goodyear plant. Motorists can expect delays starting next Wednesday, March 13th, as the track crossing surface is reconstructed with precast concrete panels and the railroad signals will be upgraded. Omnitracks, the operator of the Alabama and Tennessee River Railway, is handling this ALDOT-administered project. In an effort to make the crossing smoother, the City of Gadsden requested and received a grant that covers 90% of the cost with federal funds. Workers will reconstruct the southbound track crossing first, so the southbound lanes of US 431 will be closed and traffic shifted into the northbound lanes. On Sunday, March 17th, the southbound lanes will reopen and the northbound lanes will be closed. Construction should be completed and all the lanes reopened on Friday, March the 22nd.
Elgin Dixon of Dublin, Georgia is vying for the top spot at Jacksonville City Schools. He's one of 5 finalists for the superintendent's position named at the Board of Education meeting late last week. Dixon holds degrees from 3 universities, including Troy State. His career, which began in 1991 when he worked as a teacher, spanned 30 years. His most recent role was as superintendent in Twiggs County Public Schools in Georgia, a position he held from 2013 to 2021. Dixon's first administrative position began in 1994 when he served as principal. He remained in principal's positions until 2009. That's when he took a job as Director of Operations in Dublin City Schools, the system in which he spent the majority of his career.
When we return, it's not the first rodeo for Calhoun County, but it should be a good one.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Oxford's Choccolocco Park will host the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office PCA Pro Rodeo on March the 22nd and 23rd. This event is expected to draw world champion athletes who will be competing both nights. Gates open at 5 p.m. with mutton busting starting at 6:30 p.m. and the rodeo at 7:30. This event is suitable for all ages, offering a range of activities and attractions for children, including face painting, pony rides, and more. Tickets are available online at sheriffrodeo.com.
Anniston City officials will hold an informational meeting next Thursday on proposed changes to the city's proposed zoning ordinance. The hearing begins at 5 o'clock in the main hall of the Anniston City Meeting Center. At the meeting, a presentation will be given by Jason Fondren of the consulting firm KPS Group. After the presentation, citizens will be allowed to submit their input on the proposed zoning plan as well as submit questions. All input will be taken into consideration and all questions submitted will be answered via email response after the event. Most of the proposed changes being discussed would impact local tattoo parlors, which could be allowed into the city's main business district. Anniston residents can review the city's proposed zoning ordinance update on the City of Anniston website.
Well, quite a bit of rain today.
Just great nap weather.
It was perfect weather for a nap.
Maybe all weekend will be great nap weather.
Well, John Holder can tell us. In
Yes,
fact, he's standing by right now in the EAN Weather Center with all the news about our weekend.
Mike and Katie, the weekend ahead looks pretty good after tomorrow morning. We will have the complete weekend forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Before the rainfall hit this afternoon across East Alabama, we had cloudy skies, but temperatures were very warm, topping out at 71 degrees, so again, well above the average for this time of year. Another very warm morning, only dropping down to 57 degrees this morning. Again, double digits over where we typically are for this time of year. Okay. Yeah. Before the rainfall hit this afternoon, temperatures, despite the clouds this morning, soaring back into the 70s, 71 for the high today, several degrees above the average. Another very warm morning this morning, only dropping down to 57, about 15 degrees above the average for the third or fourth morning in a row. Record high temperature 84 degrees, the record low at 21. And the sunrise and sunset times as we get ready for the time change coming. The sun rising tomorrow morning at 6:01, the sun setting at 5:46. There'll be an hour's difference in these two numbers coming up beginning on Sunday. Weather on your street as we roll into your Friday night. Blythe Street in East Gadsden. Going to be heavy rain overnight tonight. We'll drop down to 58 degrees. So again, temperatures are going to be double digits warmer than average for this time of year, but it will be very wet with that flood watch in effect on Blythe Street in East Gadsden tonight. As we head into your Saturday, good news and bad news. The good news is the morning showers should be out of here by as early as mid-morning tomorrow. That's good news. Also some other good news. Actually, a good news. We'll have 71 again tomorrow afternoon out on Clinton Drive in Alexandria. The rainfall should be out of here. We should actually see some sunshine in here later on tomorrow afternoon. And as we look at next week, we have a completely nice week of spring weather coming up on Gray Street in Oxford, just off of I-20. We are going to see dry weather all week next week. We're going to see warm weather for the week ahead next week. Temperatures generally in the 70s for highs. A fantastic week of spring coming up as we head into the middle part of March. 7-day forecast, and you're going to like this forecast. After that 30% chance of rain in the morning, sunshine tomorrow afternoon, a cool down coming on Sunday. The temperature only 60 degrees. A couple of cold mornings coming. We should stay above freezing, but still in the low to mid 30s, but those temperatures continue to climb. 63 Monday, 71 on Tuesday. Then we're heading into the mid 70s beginning on Wednesday, 74, 76 on Thursday. Our next chance of rain, not for another week, about a 70% chance of rain next Friday. The temperatures, though, remain on the warm side as temperatures for the most part are going to average above normal for this time of the year. Let's take a look at our next graphic right here. And this graphic is going to show us the excessive rainfall outlook for all of Alabama and the Southeast, as a matter of fact. And we see parts of Calhoun and Cleburne counties getting in on a moderate risk of excessive rainfall. But everyone in East Alabama is going to have at least a slight risk for seeing excessive rainfall in the next few hours. As a matter of fact, this will take us into mid-morning tomorrow. We're looking at 2 to 5 inches of rainfall total in less than 24 hours. That is why we have the flood watch in effect all the way through 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Well, before the rains came, we had the championship game for the Calhoun County baseball tournament played last night. It lasted all night long, just about. Namath Pitts was there for all of it. He's got the complete details right now in sports. Namath?
Thanks, John. The Calhoun County Baseball Tournament Championship lived up to expectations last night. It was a pitching duel between Oxford and Alexandria that took 11 innings to decide a winner. In his debut year as the head coach at Oxford, Travis Jansen instructed each player to share hugs with at least 2 teammates after their victory in the Calhoun County Championship game against Alexandria. Judd Sire, the hero of the game, with a clutch double in the 11th inning to walk things off, received overwhelming support from his team. This win marked Oxford's 3rd consecutive county title, the first under Travis Jansen's leadership. Despite the challenging game that extended to 11 innings with standout performances from pitcher Trip Patterson and R.J. Brooks, Oxford would emerge victorious, showcasing a lot of resilience and teamwork. The most valuable player of the tournament was Carter Johnson. The offensive most valuable player was Nick Richardson. The defensive most valuable player was Trip Patterson as Oxford defeated Alexandria 3-2. Outside of the county tournament, we look at other scores. Weaver racked up 16 runs across 7 innings in a big win over Raglan. Landon Free collected 3 of the Bearcats' 10 hits, going 3 for 4 with 2 runs. Trayson Jones and Jalen Kendall each finished with 2 hits, while Connor Hyatt finished with a game-high 2 runs batted in. 4 Bearcats drew 3 walks apiece. Jones pitched the first 4 innings of the contest, allowing 3 hits and 2 earned runs while walking 1 and striking out 2. Hyatt pitched the final 3, walking 1 batter and striking out 2 as Weaver won 16-3. Pleasant Valley improved to a 6-2 record for the season following a 6-inning victory over Gadsden. Holt Bentley, Will Underwood, and Logan Williams all recorded 2 hits each in the win. Bentley crossed the plate twice and drove in 2 runs, while Williams scored 3 times. John Garrett Bryant led the game with 3 runs batted in, with Bentley, Samuel Duncan, and Noah Johnson each contributing 2. Bryce Freeman secured the win on the mound, pitching all 6 innings of the game. He gave up 6 hits and allowed no earned runs, only one unearned, walking 2 batters and striking out 5 as Pleasant Valley won 15-1. Leadoff hitter Jesse Baswell had a standout performance, going 5 for 6 and driving in 6 runs as Ohatchee secured a significant 6-inning victory against local rival Welborn. Jesse Baswell accumulated 7 bases in total and crossed the home plate once. Jackson Smith, Tyler Green, and J.J. Green each contributed 3 hits, with Smith recording 3 runs batted in, while Dylan Ramsey added 2 RBIs. Will Folsom earned the win on the mound, pitching 2 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball, although he conceded 3 earned runs and 7 walks while striking out 2. Xavier Luna closed out the game with 3 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 1 hit, 1 earned run while striking out 8 batters. Brennan Talley of Welborn made an impact for the Panthers with a triple, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Donahoe dropped their first area game of the year. They experienced a home defeat of the season against Collinsville. Blake Sewell contributed both runs batted in for the Falcons in the loss, also securing 1 of their 3 hits. Marcus Lawler and Broderick McCauley each recorded a hit and scored a run in the defeat, but Collinsville would defeat Donahoe 5-2. Cooper Tenney delivered an outstanding performance both on the mound and at the plate in White Plains' impressive victory over Plainview. Cooper Tenney pitched 6 innings, conceding 5 hits and just 1 earned run, while issuing 4 walks and striking out 6 batters. As the leadoff batter, Tenney also showcased his batting skills, going 2 for 3 with a double and scoring a run. Additionally, Paul Lobby contributed with 2 hits, driving in a run and scoring once, while designated hitter Ian Douglas added 2 runs batted in to the team's success. And that's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and we thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or on our website. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather whenever it's convenient for you.
I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.